Hello gamers, welcome to the Hubient Esports Channel. In today's video, we will have another spotlight for Battlerite. We are going to feature one of the playable champions in the game, Destiny. A Sky Ranger of elite rank from Enza, a remote and invisible city, Destiny is a deadly and agile force that has been trained with Magi-tech weaponry for years. Destiny is tired of the rigid rules and regulations of Enza. She often escapes to the city to have some fun in the arena. Destiny is a challenging and complex champion to play. She's somewhere between Jade and Iva, and bricks utility and damage. This is in the form of personal shielding, knockbacks, or zoning. It's interesting to note that Destiny can be a hybrid champion and still remain mobile. She still relies on her counter to escape from tight situations, but it's not a limitation to her effectiveness. Destiny is dependent on her charged bolts burst. While she can't directly protect allies without using her EX ability and plasma wall, she remains annoying as long as her range stays at maximum. She is unable to survive repeated dives. However, if she manages magnetic orb or sky strike well, she can sometimes survive long enough to reach allies or kill an opponent. Here are the abilities of Destiny. Left mouse button skill is Power Blaster. Power Blaster allows Destiny to fire one projectile. This directly impacts your right mouse button. Power Blaster deals solid damage but at a slow rate, so it can easily pressure most enemy champions. Power Blaster is also powerful in that it has a long range and can be landed reliably to take away a lot of health. Right mouse button skill is Charged Bolt. Charged Bolt acts in a similar way to Jade's Snipe and allows Destiny to release a high damage projectile from a distance. Spell Block is also used to debuff the spell block and increase damage for those who are stuck. Anyone affected by this debuff, regardless of ability, will be silenced. This debuff is a 2-in-1 punch that provides both utility and burst. The best part is that Charged Bolt can also be used while moving. This allows Destiny to defend herself against enemies who may think she's out of reach. You should always try to save Charged Bolt to steal orbs or to bring down support champions. Space skill is Magnetic Orb. Magnetic Orb allows Destiny to run at high speed and deals decent damage. It also offers a knockback. You cannot let champions escape your charge towards them. The knockback protects teammates and allows you to purchase additional space if necessary. Magnetic Orb is your primary defense. It's vital to not waste it. Magnetic Orb is essential for survival. Skilled players won't be able to avoid it. You can use it offensively if necessary, but only if your escape plan is clear. Q skill is Sky Strike. Sky Strike acts in a similar way to other counter abilities. It allows Sky Strike to release herself from combat when activated and also deals damage to others below. An iframe allows her to perform aerial leaps, which can be used to counter abilities like Croak's ultimate. After firing, you can reposition yourself by simply holding the direction you prefer. Sky Strike's damage is severe and the firing distance is very long. As you are suspended in the air, be sure to anticipate where your enemy will move. You can also use the direction to play defensively or aggressively. E skill is Plasma. Undoubtedly one of Destiny's strongest abilities, Plasma Wall allows her to project a barrier from a significant distance. Those caught are snared and all projectiles are seriously slowed. Plasma Wall, while great as a defensive ability, is also fantastic when used aggressively. You can intentionally deploy it directly on a player, causing an instant snare that allows you to land some very easy basic attacks. Against ranged heavy compositions, you want to ensure it's always available to place in front of an orb, while it's also good at zoning the enemy from your team. Megasphere for R skill. Arguably her most difficult ability to get the most of, Megasphere is a very slow-moving projectile with a wide radius. It will eventually detonate by itself, but can also be forced with your left mouse button or right mouse button. It's often difficult to detonate it if you've got lots of objects in front of you, or if you can't quite get the sightline. I found it's particularly useful to use it at point-blank range or when an enemy is caught in your plasma wall. If nothing else, it's fantastic for zoning the orb against melee champions. And Pinball for her ultimate. Although its use is limited when the arena walls are retracting, Pinball is an instant burst of damage that not only stuns, but has the potential for significant damage if you manage to pinball off scenery. Ideally, you want to always aim for one person rather than going out of your way to land on scenery. The 40 damage and stun alone can often finish off players that are low, and any ricochet is just a bonus. Lead your shots when using Power Blaster. You can't really afford to regularly miss the single projectile it fires. Remember that Power Blast reduces the cooldown of Charged Bolt by 1 second for each projectile you land against an enemy champion. Keeping those hits up is key to having Charged Bolt regularly available. Always try to have Charged Bolt available for when an orb spawns. You can deal at least 32 damage to it when fully charged, allowing you to steal it with ease if the orb is at half health or less. Always position yourself after Sky Strike is triggered by holding down the direction you want to move to. In most circumstances, away from your opponent is a safe bet. Well, that's it for Destiny. What do you think about this champion? Join our Discord channel at discord.gg/hubiehood for more games, announcements, and esports news. Thank you for watching and see you in the next Battlerite Champion Spotlight.